In this video, we will analyze from a realistic perspective, which says the state is identified as the key actor in international politics, pursue power within a hostile and threatening environment of the September 11 attack, which was a tragic moment in the history of the United States and the world, since two planes were crashed into the Twin Towers and one into the Pentagon. In order to be able to conclude the question, how will a realist explain the 9/11 wars?
So, beside the introduction that my partner said, now I'm going to answer our question, that is, how would a realist explain the 9/11 wars? For this, we have to clarify and we should be aware of the fact that realism has many aspects. One of them that is very important for see how they explain this important moment in history is the pessimistic character of realism. So this is how they explain this moment, and they view is like very pessimistic, because this pessimistic view is generally one of the characters that realism is based on. For this, in history, September 11 went down into as one of the most important shocks that realism was exposed to confront.
When we talk about international relation and business, we're talking about a common theme, because although they are totally different concepts, they complement each other. In this case, we have one of the most important historical events in the world that have marked American history, 9/11 attacks. As explained above, these terrorist attacks are a result of international relations and ideologies that each country has. One of the causes was the foreign policy of the United States in the Middle East, in particular, its support for Israel. Also, multiculturalism, immigration, and religious fundamentalism, that if they are analyzed, they are causes directly related to international relations between countries, and as a consequence, they affect international business. For example, the US economy entered a recession phase since 2001 as a result of insecurity and growing mistrust in the security of the Western world. In addition, terrorist attacks aggravated the situation by reducing consumption sharply as a result of the states of psychosis of the population. This is why it is so important to understand the relationship between these two terms in order to understand a global concept. Likewise, this topic is important for an IB students because it is possible to understand not only the importance of international relations in business, but also to understand the explanation of one of the most important economic crises in the world.
Throughout the semester, we acquire various skills and knowledge that are basic for the correct development of our career, mainly in the international relations environment, but also to be able to carry out the different tasks that the international business administration prevails, such as they are writing of essays and other documents, substantiated and verifiable argumentation, fluency in the explanation and exposition of any subject, reading comprehension, and general and specific political and economic culture. We also learned that it is necessary to know the history that surrounds the different environments in which we find ourselves in order to be able to correctly analyze possible scenarios and also act on them. To end, we conclude with a reflection that we got thanks to the entire process carried out in this class, which is that international relations can encompass more than just links between societies, countries, or organizations, including politics, culture, economy, history, and a mixture of different capacities that become the most important when it comes to really facing a business, relationships, and competent and competitive people.
Taking into account the concept of realism in international relations and international business, it can be concluded that 9/11 war was definitely a consequence of the interest of the different nation states involved in terms of power. where it is clearly identified that the nation states involved adopt the behavior to use actions to increase their power and confirm the realism that is experienced in this history event. Also, as a personal conclusion regarding the experience making this video, with this topic, we were able to go beyond the class and be able to take the concept and the presented situation even more personal, which achieved a different comprehension satisfaction in us as a group.